Early March 2019, the weather in Wisconsin was not going very well.
I don't think so.
So we followed the wisdom of Griffin McElroy, and we packed our bags and got out of there. After a short layover in Chicago, we continued our 19-hour journey across the Pacific, through Japan, and finally to the Philippines.
Manila.
The airport definitely gives you that first rush of a big city. From there we caught a Grab, which is basically Southeast Asia's Uber, to our first destination.
The Gramercy Residences in Makati. Oh my goodness. I wanted to go here because I saw Craig and Amy from Kickin' It walking through the pool area. And I said, wherever that is, that's where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, you did a really good job finding this place on Airbnb.
Thank you. And the view was first rate. Check it out.
Then in the morning, we had to get our first bit of food, which Bethany chose Jollibee.
And I ate all kinds of Jollibee. And then there was the pool. Much floating was enjoyed. Although it's 5 feet tall universally, and I'm 5'2", that presented some logistical issues for me, but we figured it out. Having a tall husband / floating pool boy made a big difference.
Thanks.
No. Thank you.
From there, we went down to the port area to do the seaside dampa for dinner.
The dampa was incredible because of our wonderful, wonderful friends, Leo and Veronica. You get to go and visit these vendors where they have all this food that they caught that day, and you get to choose what you want, and then they take it across the street to the restaurant of your choice and prepare it.
Up front can be rather intimidating for a first time jumping into it.
Yeah, and Leo brokered it all for us, which was so helpful.
And then after dinner, we headed over to Binondo for drinks with Leo and Veronica.
Yay.
And I was able to get a little video here of the gates going into the oldest Chinatown in the world, which is pretty cool. We didn't get to really get out and see much of this part of town, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, it was totally okay.
It leaves something for later.
And then we got to come back to our little slice of paradise in the sky.
We're gonna have many clips of
from
this view.
I'm gonna freak out with joy at every single one of them, so just deal with it. Because I loved it. I was so freaking happy. It was warm and comfortable and just luxurious and lovely.
And then day 2. We crossed from Makati over to Ortega Center because that's where my coworkers are. And this trip was taken close to rush hour, I'd say, over there. But because of that, we had to take a bunch of windy turns through town to avoid the major highways. Yeah, and because of that, I mean, we got to see tons of stuff before ending up in the office. And
got to meet some of Joe's coworkers. And then after that,
we had dinner at the Podium, which is a mall close to where we were.
With another pair of friends of ours.
Yep, Ryan and Rochelle. And they took us out to the Banana Leaf. So you had a not so easy to sleep night.
It's 5 a.m. Go back to sleep. My body's like, nope, time to get up. I'm like, son of a... And I'm so glad I did, because it caught the best pictures of our time in Manila. Sunrise over Manila.
Yeah.
With Mount Banahaw in the background and Laguna Lake.
Bells and chickens.
Yes, there was a rooster. Just utterly magical. And the light kept shifting and changing, and every time I thought, okay, that's enough, it would shift and change. I'm like, no, more! And I'm so glad, because it's some of the best shots I've ever been able to capture, and I'm not a photographer.
And that was our last night in Makati. And luckily, Leo was able to help us get across town.
Yes.
And give us a, tour as we get there.
Yeah.
To give us a little bit of an idea of stuff that maybe we didn't know about at the time.
Oh, and there was so much.
Yeah.
Lots of important World War II sites and history that was all around us. And he took us to this wonderful place, which was
Harborview Restaurant.
Yes, Harborview Restaurant, which was basically right across from where we were staying. This place was wonderful, and you had a nice little ocean breeze, which was nice. It dropped the temperature 5 to 10 degrees or so, and and that was our first halo.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And
My first San Miguel.
Yes. And we also had the maize con yellow.
It was delicious, is what it was. Kind of wonderful, wonderful round of desserts and beer there. It's a little,
Way to cool off during a hot day. Right around the corner between where we were staying and that restaurant was a place where a lot of local vendors or panhandlers and stuff would set up during the day. And it's right also next to the U.S. Embassy.
And Rizal Park is
on the other corner.
On the other corner as well.
We were set up right across from the U.S. Embassy.
And I was just a wee bit delighted with our view.
It was a good view. After we were all packed into our room, then it was time to head north to Pampanga.
Yay!
Leo taking us out of the city and getting to see more
This was
of the
on
city,
way
like
out.
markets that just spill out onto the road.
And that's still Manila, but yeah, that statue of General Douglas MacArthur really moved me. That was lovely, and I wish that my father was still alive so I could tell him about it. And here we are, leaving and going into the countryside.
Which, huge change within probably about like 20 minutes. Once we got on that highway, it was quick getting out of town.
Mm-hmm. Mostly flat, and then boom, volcano.
Volcano back there? Is that the Mount Aria?
Araya, yes.
Araya.
Yes.
Which I just think that's fascinating. Flat, massive peak. And this place, give me all the food.
Aling Lusing Sisig is probably the most famous sisig restaurant in the Philippines.
I'm gonna eat what that guy's cooking, and it's gonna be marvelous, and I will be happy.
Our stops were partially dictated by places that Anthony Bourdain went to, but also they're good places to go to. We often forget to take pictures of ourselves, but Leo made sure we had that taken care of.
Look at all that amazing food. Good God. I'd eat it all again. Sisig.
Everything on this table was delicious.
Sisig. I'm telling you, people of Wisconsin, Sisig, you would like it. You'd like it. It pairs so well with beer. I took a bite of this and I thought, why don't we have this in Wisconsin? Had a little food coma all the way back into town.
It's quietly rode on the way back into Manila, where a wonderful thing happened. I found a random bag of my favorite Manila snack, Squiddy. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. There'll be more videos to come on this trip and others in the future.